Okay. All right. Welcome back, everyone, to Lioness. You are all from the Isle of Albion. You're all people who rob tombs, to put it directly. You do that in order to gain riches and glory and fame, discover magical secrets, and gain power, and for some, to smite the enemies of your gods. Those are the three reasons that you do the insane thing that you do. And anyways, you've traveled to the western coast of Albion and commissioned or chartered a vessel to travel to the fabled islands of Lioness. It has been 200 years since the death of the one true king. The islands of Lioness worship strange and foreign gods. In future years, the islands of Lioness will sink beneath the waves, some say due to its sins. You are here now to witness those sins. Let me see if I can get this started. Now, because of Nazira, and because of Ralston, Nazira and Ralston, you have been told not to go to the island of purple vapors. And so you've decided to go. Perhaps you've come to know that some rule of the world is that for those who are willing to go where they're told not to, there's the possibility of riches. And you've only been told don't go there. Now, the island itself has settlements and chartered sea vessels that regularly go to its eastern coast. And I didn't have a chance to set this up, but today, on the vessel, it is also pouring rain.
The settlements would then all be on the eastern coast too, or are they scattered around the entire island?
We'll see. I'll give you some more details. Sorry, I'm moving kind of slow. Catching up.
All good.
So, you're here on this vessel, and yeah, it's... In fairness, they decided this in character. Let's go to this island we were told not to go to that we know nothing about. So here we are. Now you're on this boat. It's pouring down rain. When you boarded the vessel in the port of Eric Brania, you noticed, strung with heavy rope along the sides of the vessel, strings connected to bevels of long, rusted, barnacle-crusted old iron. Just rods of iron like this, almost like ballast hanging on either side, like a skirt. You have been on the vessel now for about a day. As the sun rises, a day and then a night, the sun rises the next morning. You take your food, and someone comes up to you, Ralston. Looks like a drunk. He smells like piss and bad liquor. And he smiles at you. And he says, "You're going there to find the mountain too, aren't you?"
Yes.
You're a fool. You'll die there just like the rest of them have.
I think not.
Everyone thinks they can get the blade. But they all die.
Nazir points her blade at him and is like, "What blade do you speak of?"
He looks at your blade almost with a look of longing. And he says, "Fools and madmen travel to this island en masse, and they die there in that mountain. People go in and they never leave because they say that the one blade of Albion is in that place."
Fools and madmen, you say? I happen to be both.
Yes, you are.
You look it, good sir.
You say that like he looks like that?
Yeah,
He says,
I assume he's dressed like a druid.
he reaches up to scratch his face and he's missing several fingers. And he says, "That's because all my friends died. I made it back out of the threshold, though." And now I'm going back.
Yeah, should we bring this guy along with us?
You really want to bring Piss Boy with us?
Someone's got to pull the
I mean,
lantern.
he's drunk.
He could be helpful,
True.
useful.
True.
Somebody's got to take the piss.
All right. We'll bring him along.
Oh, you're looking
not
for a guide, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not paying for him. I already paid for the ship.
let's see, maybe just 50 gold.
We could do that. We can work with that.
You give him 50 gold?
Yeah.
Give him 10.
Against my better judgment, I give him 50 gold.
It is against your better judgment. The afternoon comes. The island looms closer in view through the rain and the mist. The ship has to circle around to the eastern coast of the island. The boatswain comes up and tells you all in his soggy long coat, "Sorry, but we can't go into the main port because of the heavy rain. Can't see the rocks. We'll have to make port at Cathy. You'll have to make your way from there."
I think, is that a village or a town?
You say Cathy?
Cathy, aye. It's a fishing village on the east coast.
All right.
Further to the southeast, we can't make it to Mikva. We'll give you some of your, the fee for your passage back. And, whoops. Just put this here. And let me just see how much that is. Let's see. Alright, so for 2 days, that would be 50 gold, so you managed to get each 50 gold back. I'm sorry, you get, what did that be? He'd knock off 10, so each of you should subtract 40 gold. If you don't have 40 gold or you're low, you should probably ask one of your wealthy brethren for ship's passage. And it's good that you got 10 gold back because, Ralston, you find that the madman, in fact, tossed himself into the waves.
Like, wow.
Yeah, he was helpful.
In
Man,
Reasonable crash out.
In the
Cashed out.
yeah,
Cashed out that
anyone
K
need-
plan.
Does anyone need help with finances?
Barker.
I'll take
Barker
care of
does.
your. I'll take care of your 40.
I can cover 10.
I can cover 25, but I want to keep some money in case, for
I'll-
incidentals.
I've got you. Don't worry.
All right.
that's generous of you all. So, in the final hours, as the island approaches, the crew of the vessel goes ghostly silent after they learn that someone cast himself from the boat. All of them look grim, downcast, and silent. They gather the ropes and the rigging to bring the mast in and to prepare the ship to drift into port and fall anchor with an almost loving look, as if it's the last time they'll ever do it.
Well, listen, I'm not one to believe in bad omens, but this looks
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Yeah, our guy cashed out his retirement plan. That's not very good.
Goodness.
Sure, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
Worse things have happened. Can't think of any off the top of my head, but I'm sure it's true.
I mean, what about the guy that got? What about the druid? That was pretty bad. What happened to him?
The druid?
Or our other party member? Was he in the dungeon?
Oh, that guy. Yeah. Yeah, that was probably worse.
Almost definitely worse. I mean, to be fair though, he was already lightning bolted to death before he got eaten by the slime zombie, so.
Yeah.
So, give me rain for today.
Well, even the slime and lightning pales in comparison to my ex-wife.
Oof.
Which is why I'm on this adventure in the first place.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. You know, most adventures.
She-
Fun fact: most adventures are divorced.
most adventures come from a pressing need to pay alimony.
Right? And child support.
She took the kids. Now I'm on the Isle of
Kids.
Purple Vapors watching Mad Men, piss-soaked Mad Men throw themselves into the waves.
All right. Let's see. You come into a village on the eastern coast, and I'll describe kind of what you saw on the way here. Not much because of the rain and loss of visibility, and the visual obscurations from mist and fog banks along the edge of the islands of the island. You could tell that this was one island. Okay. You seem to vector the ship seemed to head to the northeast from Erekbrania to land on its east coast. And this seemed to be kind of the far point on the southeast coast of the island. There's not much else that you could tell of surrounding islands of the bay that you sailed across. But it comes to port. You see the sailors abandon the rigging after the anchor is dropped. They sever the ropes that have the iron into the sea, abandoning it, and then they step off the boat and leave it abandoned. And they leave the ship and they walk away. And you see here a bustling island. It's currently after it's evening of the first day that you've arrived on the mean Fomalhaut of the 14th of Solemntide, and the sun is beginning to set. It's already cast somewhat in darkness because of the rain in the evening, and from the dying evening light, you can see that people are gathering what catches they could. This seems to be not a profitable day, and they're putting them in storehouses and packing the fish and salt, what could be caught. And some people are waterlogged and soaked and even working in the rain or pulling in boats. You see several things from here. The fishermen that are doing that, there are few of them. There is a nice fancy manor house, however. It looks like you can see it rising out on the east wall of this fishing village. You can even see its stone manor wall that surrounds the estate. You can see that there are businesses that are primarily down here, and stalls that look like it could be a marketplace that are currently closed, probably due to the weather. There are open pastures to the south, and cattle are huddled under trees with one another in the heavy rain. And you see a bunch of dense cropland to the north of the manor. The manor keeps lush gardens, which you can see vibrant fruits, exotic ones you've never seen before, hanging fatly from the trees in the late harvest. And that is what you see here. And I'll make my first encounter roll, and then I'll hand it over to the group caller. And something else. Okay. All right. I keep wanting to say Radamant.
Yeah, that's the other game.
Ralston, what do you all do?
Do you want to try to find an inn? Sleep, camp out tonight, and then start out in the morning? You try to get
Kinda
some
what I
local
was thinking.
information? Some local information?
Yeah, it'd be nice to get out of the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either that or the manor house if they're a patron
Yeah.
looking to sponsor some expeditions.
True.
Yeah,
True.
Manor
We
House
could-
was kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah, we'll see if we can knock on the door.
You want to go to the manor house?
Yeah, we'll try it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't get turned away as vagabonds.
You travel through the streets. Let's see, that takes you 300 returns. Okay. I'm going to do it by watch. 20, 30 hours. Okay. Your boots are muddy, sucking and sticking into the mud of the streets. Most of the shops are closed or rushing to finish up for the night. You make it to the gates of the city and find you have to walk past the city watch of the gates of the town. You wonder if they'll close the gates behind you. To make it around to the front end of the manor where house carls stand out in the rain. They have awnings that they've put up and otherwise oiled cloaks over wool cloaks, holding halberds, metal helmets. They cross their halberds and they say, "Stop, traveler. This is the estate of Sir Vandus Gervon."
We wish to see your lord. If you please. We are freelance gentlemen of leisure.
They look at each other and they
I'm not a
call.
gentleman.
Yeah, they call for the sergeant at arms to come out, and he says, "It just so happens Sir Gervon has been looking for traveling people of work like yourself. Come in and we'll get you dried by the fire." Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you.
What'd you say, Edward?
I said, Gervon, why didn't you say so? We're old friends. We go way back.
He scowls and leads you into a foyer, and then offers there is a stony side room, rugged wooden table. The catch of some beast from long ago hangs over the fireplace, and you find respite from the storm and a place to dry. And they bring out some cups of a watered down wine, and give you something to drink. And a well-dressed man comes into this stony side room.
My lord.
See, his name is Sir Vandus Gurvan. And then by that time, it is the sun has well and set by that point.
Lord Gurvan.
Let's see here. All right. Ah, have you heard of me?
Only by reputation.
Oh, not that awful, I assure you. Did they reward your journey with this piss? Please, here, bring us a bottle. And he looks at his housecarl to bring a bottle of wine, pours you a glass himself, and he says, I can tell you're Englishmen.
We are?
And you are. You're not from here. Lyoness is mythical islands west of England. It doesn't exist, right? You're from England.
I didn't know England existed.
Yeah. Albion, yes. Let's see here. I'm glad you've come to my manor this evening. We'll set you up with a nice room. It's on me. Better than staying at one of the wayfaring inns out there. You don't want to lose anything after all. You've come so far.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well,
Appreciate your hospitality.
Yes, very generous of you, Governor.
well, I'm not known as a generous man, and in truth, I welcome you in here because I can tell that you're travelers from beyond our islands, and that means you have a certain outside perspective, and I see that you're armed. So that could be very useful. I assume you're trained in the use of those. And he points to your blades and your bows.
Yes, I am trained in arms.
Excellent. Well,
I happen to be the best bowman in all of Worcestershire.
oh,
Yeah.
well,
yes.
Isn't that just delightful? You know, it just so happens I myself am a competitive marksman. In fact, I tell you what. When the sun rises tomorrow and the clouds pass by, I'm sure this rain will clear up. You know, my crops needed this rain. By the gods, I'm thankful. But I'm sure it'll clear up these late summer spats, you know. And anyways, I have a range here on my manor. And if you can beat me and my son at a competition, there may be a prize in order. Just the sort of thing that I bet you're coming here looking for. And he gets up and he says, rooms will be prepared for you and clean linens and clothes. What was your name? And he points to Dag.
Dag of the blue water.
He reaches out to shake your hand, and like in a very, gentle way. And he says, Dag of the blue water. Welcome, everyone. I'll let you rest first, and then we'll get more acquainted tomorrow. Dag, I have to warn you, I am a sore loser, though. And he winks, and then he goes to bed. And you are given comfortable lodging for the night, having had the boldness to walk right up to the lord of this village, the knight that owns this fiefdom. And you sleep in a warm, dry bed and are fed. And you don't have to mark off any gold for the previous day or the next day for food. Wake up the next day, and I'm going to roll for the weather. I usually try to have these things done, but again, toddler. Aha, very nice.
When we're alone, I'd like to apologize to the party for, putting my foot in my mouth.
Oh, no, just
You
remember
might have
to
to lose on purpose. Do you
Remember,
get that?
remember to lose on purpose.
Yeah. I'm going to lose even not on purpose. I'm not really that good.
Be careful with your boasting, my friend.
Yeah, what's the purpose of competition if not to boast out of turn?
Well said, sir. Well said.
Hold on, actually, here.
It would be kind of fun to have a little entertainment contest.
Rats. Aha.
Look, all I'm saying is this guy, this lord, is a big fish in an awful small pond. I don't want to make him angry.
Absolutely. I will lose graciously.
When you awaken the next day, the sun rises on a muddy, soggy island coast where the tide has risen, the waters have risen high, but the rains have stopped. So let's see, I'll turn this up and this up a little bit, and then everyone has burst into activity and work, and you see a beautiful, vibrant display along the coast as all of the sailing vessels and the fishing vessels all have brightly dyed sails, bright pinks and purples and reds and greens, and it's a cacophony of colors as everyone is preparing in the sunrise their fishing vessels to set out in the water. And let's see, Ralston, roll a d6, please.
Okay.
As you all gather your things, the servants of the house have serviced and they have cleaned your equipment and your boots and polished them, and your clothes are clean and dry the next day. All right, you are not surprised, and they are not surprised. Ralston, as you all gather your items, you notice something as you exit the house of the manor. You hear the twang of bowstrings. The manor, the knight of this fiefdom and his son are already have already been out here at the very rising of the sun before you. It's clear they're waiting on you. The guards are motioning you that way. But beyond the garden wall, on a hill nearby, you see what looks like people in trees. 3 of them. And then you like shake and you look like are people in those trees? And you look and you think maybe they might actually it might be a trick of the light, or it's kind of like a fruit or something hanging there. But no, you're certain. Far off in the distance, you see figures and trees, and even though they're hundreds of feet away off in trees, you can tell they see you as well. And what gives it away, and you're certain that there were things in the trees watching you, is then you can see them get behind the trees, and you don't see them again.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
How could I miss it? The fools are blatant as the day is bright.
Wonder who they're watching, us or somebody else.
Not sure, but let's keep an eye out.
Yeah.
There's
eyes in the
great wisdom
trees.
in keeping our eyes out.
Okay. The housecarls give you a bored look, but motion you politely toward a trellis where a faux garden path leads to an enclosure. And there, in a tunic, are two men, one the knight that you saw earlier, and his son. He says, "Ah, good morrow. It's good to see you dried and fed and rested, I hope. I hope our hospitality was to your liking."
We
Oh,
were
it's very
very
good.
well taken care of.
I'm so glad to hear it. Well, this is my son, the knight-errant Andal Gervon. And Andal just lightly bows to you. And these Andal are the friends that I made last night. They're traveling men from Albion. I got one of your names, but I wanted to ensure that you could rest. I didn't want to seem tiresome. What were your names, my lady? And turns toward Nazira.
I am not a man. My name is Nazira.
Yeah, I see that. And but what about
Varger? Varger will give a nod and say, "I am Varger."
Nice
You've
to
been
meet you.
most hospitable, my lord.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Good. And you are, and he turns toward Kelkir and Ralston. Let's see here. And at this point, actually, I realized I didn't do this on the boat. I should pause and go over this a little bit. Now, you all know each other. You have traveled together. Probably what happened is Nazira and Ralston sailed back to Albion. That's probably what happened, and Finbar did as well. They probably stayed in Port Town or went somewhere. And then you sailed back based on this rumor and have gathered Dag and Varger and Kalkir. Okay? So you all know each other and have gathered together, but the players don't. So who is Ralston?
Ralston is a freelance man-at-arms, professional gentleman of adventure, as he styles himself.
Nice. Let's see here. What about... Let me get this back up. The next is Dag.
Yes, Dag is a bit of a roustabout. I have a trusty bow, very little gold, and a pretty good attitude. I'm here for a good time.
Nice. All right. And then Nazira.
I'm Nazira. I'm a lawful human fighter. Woman. Knows how to handle her sword. And I have a pretty good constitution to make up for my lack in other areas. So I'm able to take a hit and cut off some heads.
All right,
Don't mess with me, please.
I'm gonna see if I can update this real quick here. Nope. Oh well. So weird. Okay. All right. I don't have an image of Kelkir right now, but tell us about Kelkir.
Kalkir is a mid-30s man in appearance with a long, dark beard, who always seems to be conspicuously puffing on a pipe, much like this one, with a sickeningly sweet smell emanating from the end of it. He is a magic user, adept in all spells that are able to be cast at his level.
Okay.
I actually carved this pipe
Nice.
myself.
That's awesome.
Nice. Is it Briar?
It is. All good pipes are.
Nice. Yeah, oh
Very
yeah.
cool.
Sorry.
No,
I
it's cool.
sent you a token art. I don't know if you
Sorry about that. Yeah, I got
No worries.
toddler storm, and then I couldn't do anything. All right, and then there is Varger.
Varger. So yeah, Varger is late 20s probably, maybe early or mid 20s. He's got like a long beard. He's young enough that it's not fully filled in, and he's like he's from what you know him, he's really into making his bones in the druidic order. And if you've known him long enough, you know that he hasn't really done it yet. So he's like really into the mysteries, but he is not yet an initiate of the mysteries. He's got a little sickle sword, and he's got a little bit of blue woad painted on his face, because
Nice.
that's what he does.
Yeah, I think especially not being from Lioness, not being initiated in the mysteries, excellent. I can give you you would be the only one that might have a little bit of background knowledge. I can give that to you if you'd like.
Wait,
There's like three
yeah,
things.
I'm down. Cool.
Okay.
Is Vargar like a Pict or something?
I was thinking he was
Irish?
Scandinavian,
Oh, okay,
but
cool.
That works,
cool.
actually.
but I'm like, he can be whatever, Yeah.
Nice. Okay, if he's Scandinavian, there's kind of a general vague idea here. If you kind of imagine like Warhammer Fantasy of the North, and like that's just whether that's Scottish or Norse or Icelandic, that's generally someone who they are much closer to chaos and things that are not amenable to civilization. You don't know, but yeah, so there's this kind of like general the North, and people don't, if you're from civilized lands, you don't go there. You don't go to the North. A couple of things you would know, okay, about Lioness in particular. You would know that druids here have a tremendous amount of respect and authority. So if you drop that card down, that's something every so often you could do that people might be afraid of you, and they may obey you. The other thing you should know is that I think there's at least two other things you should know. One is that they gather here in these circles in Lioness in several places where ley lines are thin, and in order to access the mysteries of the other, you would also know everything that's in the Gazetteer. In order to access the mysteries of the other, that is to cast your spells, you would need to once a year. Tell me if I'm wrong about that, because I told you too, Josh. I think it's once per year you have to participate in a tithe. That can either be...
Every month.
Oh, it's every... Thank you. I appreciate it, yes. Every month. Every month you have to participate in a tithe. That can either be traveling to a site where one of these druidic circles gathers and participating with others, or you can do it yourself, or you can provide a great sum of money for this purpose. But they sacrifice people. A lot of towns, what they do is they'll give over the undesirables and persona non gratas, and they give them to the druids to be sacrificed. Yeah. And then the last thing is, if you have come here as a druid, you only have one mission. And that is to stop the doom of the Isles. There is a prophesied doom of this place, and if you are a traveling druid, the only reason to come here is because you have some kind of mission to stop that. Those are the three things.
Cool.
Okay. All right, so the...
Don't get yourself killed.
Yeah, like the last one. Let's see here. So, Sir Vandos, he says, so, my friend, Dag.
At your service, sir.
We have prepared for you today. And he points toward a very simple bent bow with a simple string attached to it. And he motions toward it and he says, let's see what the champion of Albion, a champion archer, is in comparison to the knights of the arc-sign nobility of the Lioness. And
Well,
there's a target
I'm
that's
certain.
about, 30, 40 meters away. And yeah.
I'm certain that your lordship is a much finer bowman than myself. After all, I was a champion only in Worcestershire, and they're more known for their steak sauce.
Oh, is that so? Well,
However.
I do love steak, so perhaps we can compare sauce afterwards, but I'm very interested in your bow skill, sir.
Then I will take the bow that is offered. That's right. He's got one. I'm not using my own. He wants me to
Right.
use his.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take the bow and knock an arrow, and casually I'm going to turn without even aiming. I'm going to turn and take a quick shot.
All right. Well, even as you do that, you can tell that he intentionally gave you a not very good bow. And it's at a -2 to hit, and you can roll to hit.
All right.
And your target is ascending armor class 12.
All right. Let me. Now it's minus. I guess it'd be -1 because I have a +1 to hit. Right.
That's right.
So here we go.
Ah.
Way off.
Zing! And it flies off to the side of the garden. And he says, well, may I?
Oh, please! I clearly the morning dew has not set well with my aiming arm.
Of course. And you have sailed far. And he draws an arrow out of his arrow bag, and he like that. And you can tell that the bowstring is tight, and that he has a fine bow. Let's see how he does. He's got different stats, though. Zip! And it hits right in the middle of the target. Everyone else, would you like to have a hand at the prize?
I'll try.
Very well. Pick up his
I'll give it
the
a go
crappy
too, but I
bow.
want to use my own bow.
I have my own bow.
Now, my friends. Surely you'll want to have an
Okay.
equal contest. I'm sure
Okay.
that the bows of Albion are of excellent make.
Okay, I'll use his bow.
I'll let you use my bow if you let me use my bow.
I'll roll. I take a shot. That's
With the
15
crooked
to
bow.
hit.
15 minus
No,
2 is
Minus
13.
2,
That hits.
14.
It hits the target. Not as good as the knight, but it hits. He raises his eyebrow. What about Nazira?
Alright, so I do have +1 to hit on, yeah.
So this would be at a +1. Or,
Yeah, so 14.
yeah. Let me see here. Okay. Yeah, so that hits as well, and he's like, my. Very good. We'll have to do a tiebreaker, I think. But what about you? And of course, I think a magic user doesn't know how to use a bow, right? Yeah. And then...
That's correct. I have several darts.
And
no
then... I don't know about Varger. I think no, right? I don't think you can use a bow.
No, Varger has a sling, but he can't use a bow.
He can see that you're learned people. And he says, well, we'll have to break this tie then, I suppose. And then, but first, my son.
Yes.
And so the son
Good
rolls.
Lord.
It hits almost near the center of the target, slightly off from where his father hit, direct center of the target. Dag,
If I may, sir, now that I've had a warm-up shot,
yes, please.
I feel the draw on your bow was a little looser than expected. If you don't mind, I would take one more attempt.
Like flies up in the air. Yes.
I guess we're doing
Well,
what we planned on doing.
Every once in a while, it's not. We're not at our best. As I said, you journeyed far. It's understandable. What about you, Nazira and Ralston and yeah?
I'll take a shot.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Ralston.
Oh, no. Oh, miss.
Hits the wall.
It's the wall.
Alright, already my bow. Shoot.
Oh.
That's a
You hit it directly in the center. Yeah. He grits his teeth. You can see his jaw clench, and he looks at his son. And he says, well, Nazira, it seems that you and I are tied based on my first shot and your last. Best of 3, then.
So? Very well.
Best to let the Wookiee win.
I'm trying to win now.
Now, yeah, and now the knight, gets kind of nervous and flustered, and his arrow hits, but not nearly as good as before. It hits the edge of the target.
My turn again?
Yep. Ooh.
Ah, look at it.
And then you
again.
split.
Spank.
Yeah, you split the arrow that you just put in the middle. And he says, I
I've been
see.
practicing. Gotten used to that crooked bow of yours as well.
Well, my son. Andal, it seems I was wrong and what I told you, and the bowmanship and skill of the Englishman is far greater than what we had discussed. So I will discuss more with you later, but I'd like a private audience with my my new friends. And he glares at his son. His son looks back at him, and then he glares some more. Son leaves, and guards show up, and he says, "Now, you have won the prize of this tournament, but I couldn't help but notice the ship you came in on, and I am grieved in my heart that you would lie to me." And he gives a somber, serious look to you, and he's like, "I'm bound by the gods to give you your gift, and I will. But we should discuss the fact that you broke my laws when you came into my land.
We're unaware of this.
What law?
You came in on a cursed ship, and you carried your weapons. You threaten a curse from what's his name? You threaten a curse of Trilgar on Kathy by your actions.
Well, we had no intention of doing so.
And you probably carry the curse on you as we speak.
No. We have
We
been through
carry
many.
no curse.
We have been through many dangers together, but come away unscathed, mostly.
Yes. We are not cursed.
By what authority can you say that?
We have,
I tell you what.
Might.
How can we make amends?
Ah, a good heart. Well, I'm sure that this is all a misunderstanding. First, your prize. I give you a choice. Any weapon from my arsenal, or monetary compensation, or I can introduce you to a nearby court. One of three. Which do you prefer?
I think the introduction to a court would be advantageous. What do you think? What does the party think?
With this monetary compensation, translate to character experience? Or...
Yes, but not enough divided among all y'all, you know.
Yeah, probably.
You
not
need
that
treasure hoards. That's what you
Yeah.
need.
Yeah, we've got weapons. We're probably going to get money when we go,
Yeah.
go looting.
good. We should get connections.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like it.
as local connects
Or-
would come out, work out.
There's a great festival that's going to be held in Sandpoint soon. If you meet me here in a week's time, I can introduce you to Lord Buck Hightower.
Lord, how do you say that name again?
Buck Hightower
Okay.
of Sandpoint. Or 250 gold.
Change.
Money means nothing to us. We would prefer an introduction to the illustrious Lord Hightower of Sandpoint.
Yes, such stalwart hearts of the men of and ladies of Albion. Certainly better to be close to those that are noble born, I am sure, and to meet Master Hightower is a very high achievement for someone who's a visitor. Well, now my recompense, I will have to investigate. I will have to see if we are cursed, and this will take some doing. So I suppose the best punishment for crimes unknown are for those things that would show you the ways of our land. So I think you can find out if we are cursed. You could meet with our priest here in town, and He will send you. He will transfer to you the sins of our community, and you'll carry them into the wilderness. And if you come back from the wilderness, you will have left our sins there. That is what I suppose our priest would ask.
We're amenable
Strange
to that.
practice.
No,
Strange.
Seems fair.
seems fair.
Our customs
I've seen
strange.
I've seen.
Druid, what do you think?
Varger is stroking his beard and he says, "It seems like we would be making amends for your crimes, not ours, if we did that."
Yeah, did you say druid out loud?
Like this guy.
You said that. You
Oh,
said, yeah. He-
I did.
He stops and he says, I'm sorry, and then looks over at the strangely robed man, Varger.
Yes, my
And-
friend is a druid.
Ask for him. He doesn't say that. he just nods.
I
Says,
can you forgive me? I can pay what's required, but can you show me somehow?
"You want proof?"
Yeah, he wants proof.
Mm.
Oh boy, I did not prepare anything flashy this morning, guys. I prayed for detect magic.
You could detect magic.
Yeah, Varga
Yeah,
is
it's magic
he reaches down into a little pouch. He's got some like little bone runes, and he's got a little sprig of mistletoe. So he pulls out his mistletoe, and he just sort of starts muttering under his breath. And I'll cast detect magic, and he's looking down, and then he'll look up at the Lord, see if anything glows.
Something that we didn't do, I apologize. It's kind of rolled in, and I didn't want to go over a million admin things before we started. But now, real quick, if we could, we have a group caller. Is anyone willing to map? This one in particular, you'll want to map in kind of a point way, like this thing is over here, this thing is over here. The island's not big, but it's got a bunch of stuff in it, and it's very theater of the mind. There's no player-facing map. Can anyone map?
I'm mapping.
Okay. Remind me at the end. Don't let me forget. So you should get your XP for that. And then is someone willing to be the rules keeper and have open the 1E DMG, Swords and Wizardry Revised Complete, that kind of stuff? Can anybody do that?
I already have a lot of that stuff open.
All right. Thank you very much. So you'll get 100 XP for that. And then lastly, of the remaining two players, Edward and Jake, are either of you willing to keep track of treasure found and received?
I can keep track of treasure.
Oh, sorry, my bad, Eddie. I missed it. Wait, no, you're the caller. You're the caller.
sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
all
let's
right,
just
sorry.
spread the.
I'm happy to keep track of treasure. Sure.
Thank you,
I'll be-
Edward.
I'll be the
Okay.
local treasurer.
Okay, so we got no treasure so far, right? Except
Yeah, zero.
you guys are minus 40 each is all. Except for Nazira, who is minus 90, I think. Yeah. Because you gave 50. No. Was that Nazira or was that Ralston?
Ralston.
Oh, he
was
took the
treasurer
other
last
10.
time. Yeah, I gave them money.
Oh, so Ralston is minus 90. Everybody else is minus 40. Okay.
Yeah.
So moving on. The rule that we need here. I lost my train of thought. Detect magic. Rule master or
Yes.
or Jake, either one. The distance.
I was actually looking at this.
Yeah.
Looking this up earlier.
Yeah. So I just need the and
60 feet
60
for 20
feet.
minutes.
Okay. I'm literally going to see, because I bet there is. By the way, Jake, as we go here, the way I do this is I rule in the most liberal fashion. So this is something I do with Swords and Wizardry is I don't do what makes sense. I say if it doesn't say that there's a limit, there is no limit. There's a couple of things where I don't do that, but for the most part, that's how I do it. I believe detect magic literally just says you detect magic within that amount of distance. I don't think it has a bunch of catches.
You're right.
You do detect magic. Very much so.
Nice.
Sweet.
You sense it overwhelming coming from the shore. There are all sorts of creatures down there. Within 60 feet of the closest point to shore and around you underneath. You sense below and beyond the waves all sorts of creatures. These are people that live beneath the water. There are magical other people. You've never seen anything like this. You don't know what they are or whatever, but unless you can guess. But there are people that live under the water, and there are a lot of them. And when you finish connecting with the other, that is what you discover. What do you do with that knowledge?
So Vargo will look up after his chant and look over towards the waves, and then he'll look back to the Lord and say, "Those beneath the waves, there are many that live beneath the waves. Is that who you are making expiation to? Is that who you are appeasing?"
He gulps, like you can see his Adam's apple move up and down, and then he raises his hand as if you're about to kill him and strike him dead. He says, "I will pay my tithe right now. 500 gold. It's yours. Forget all of this. How can I be of service? Please. However, you must know that it's true that you probably did bring a curse to this place."
We did so unintentionally.
Yeah, we do not. We want to make amends, so we can speak with his priest. But like Vargo makes clear that he will be taking the tithe because he did do a service, and he expects this. But he will. I mean, we will go meet with the priest, and we will make this right.
Yeah. I don't want to be a part of a curse.
No, nor do I.
I will, whatever the priest says is proper compensation or equipment or assistance, you have it. I promise.
Thank you, my lord.
And they motion you out of, or they guide you out of the estate. Then they are uncomfortable with your presence now. Very uncomfortable.
You roll druid deep.
That's right.
Would I know whether or not the druids of this island and their circle would look askance on some outsider taking a tithe in their name?
No, you
hypothetically?
you wouldn't know. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Keep it on the DL.
Yeah.
It's easier to ask forgiveness than permission.
All right, that's 500 gold pieces there, treasurer.
That's almost 100 gold piece per adventure.
Yeah, and 100 XP per adventure.
Almost.
Shall we go see the priest?
All right. It is not hard to find the temple here. It is a small chapel. Let's see here. It is to some foreign god that you do not know. You see the figure of several gods here. One looks sort of like, how do I describe this? Stone or statue and only partially made god, the way maybe a chess piece might be a liminal expression of a person, but not quite. If that makes sense. And then surrounded by said god is the exact opposite gods that are lavish in their realism and precise depiction of human expression. And If you enter, you see an open space with pillars and a domed structure that is open at the top. The center of the floor is wet. It's clear to you that the opening allows the casting of starlight and various patterns on the floor and the reading of things in the center of the room. The priest comes out and meets you. Blessings of Veritas upon you. Have you come to seek the blessings of Veritas?
Yes.
We were heard we put a curse on the land here just by showing up with weapons and on a boat.
You came in on that.
We had no intention.
You came in on that vessel?
Yes.
Oh, gods.
I mean, what's wrong with the vessel? It seemed like an ordinary vessel to us.
You have violated the ancient sea laws of Trilgar.
To be clear, we didn't really know those people.
Yeah, and I believe we were intending to land somewhere else, but we were thrown off course for some reason because there was no safe port.
It was probably a test of Trilgar. You have failed the test.
Trilgar?
You should see my bow skills.
How
What
could
about
we have
mine?
passed the test?
You should seek the blessing of the enclosed circle star far away. That cutting hand axe that carves open the rope that yields the folds of sails upon the winds of the soul.
Did y'all catch all that?
Say what?
He keeps talking like that for a bit.
Oh boy.
How much money do you have? He goes up to a lectern and starts flipping through a big codex. 350. No, it's not enough. It's not enough.
Our companion is a holy. Our companion is a holy druid.
Yeah, we
Be gone
should
from
have
this
a druid.
temple.
Oh, well, that'd be
What-
okay.
To the druid. Yeah.
Yeah. Varga says, I will wait outside.
Be ready.
Steps out. He strides out.
I'm gonna wait outside with Varga.
He flips through a codex and he says, perhaps we could petition one of the other gods that hates Trilgar to come to our aid.
Yeah, I like the sound of that better than paying you some gold.
Trilgar is a kind and forgiving god. Helps the orphans of sailors and their widows. Yes. We should seek the help of... yes, her. It would have to be her. I cannot say her name out loud. The spooky music again.
Can you write it down?
No. You must not know her name.
Oh, okay.
He
Can I help someone? I don't even know their name.
Slides the book. I give one image to your mind. You must carry this. This is one of your two penances. And he moves the book around, and on the book are two things. Now, does anyone speak any exotic languages? And I mean alignment languages.
Not me.
Oh, alignment languages. No, I
I'm
speak
not
Goblinoid.
intelligent.
Okay. All right. There is a script that encircles, it's on the outside of a circle, and it has a circle and a 7-pointed star. And the script, when you look at it, you start getting a headache and feel nauseous. You feel like you are not going to forget the script, even though you in your rational mind, do not know what it means. And then he takes the codex back and moves the page. And then he closes a portion of the codex like a portfolio and clasps it locked. And he says, "You'll have to seek her favor. You must travel somewhere and please the 7 misfortunes of chaos."
Is that somewhere because you don't know where, or somewhere because it doesn't matter where?
I can think of some places on this island where the foul corners of the 7-pointed star meet.
Let's go there.
That sounds
yeah.
pretty dope to me.
That sounds pretty awesome. A good time.
Do you have a map, or can you point us in the right
Are,
direction?
are
kids,
any of the
bring
5
back
of us
life.
of lawful alignment?
I'm lawful.
Yeah, it should matter.
Okay, I'm neutral.
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 So there's 2 lawful. Is it Ralston and
Yeah.
In the 0.
Ralston's
Nazira?
lawful.
I'm kind of half lawful, half neutral. I follow a sect of a heretical sect of the light.
So if you look at my gazetteer, you'll know that you can act contrary to your alignment. I track these shifts. I call it like chaos points. You don't know how many points you have, but I will always tell you that you'll get them. If you agree to this, petitioning an evil god of chaos to go to war with a good god to release this city from its curse, you will receive some chaos points.
I'm not sure if it's represented in the gazetteer, but if I remember correctly, if our characters are chaotic enough to be known as chaotic aligned, they're no longer in our control. Is that correct?
They are taken over by the tendrils of the otherworldly powers of chaos and become puppets, meat puppets of, alien gods. That is, yeah, you can't play them. They become mine.
You know
Are-
that? Okay, thank you.
Are we conferring outside the temple? Like, is Varger in?
You
on
could do that. You could
I
do
would
that.
think
Yeah.
we're discussing it and maybe
Yeah.
vote on it because,
Well, I mean,
I don't like the
the-
sound of it. But
yeah,
no.
I think if I had to choose gods to appease, I would choose the one that protects orphans and not the one that can't be named.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, well, should we ask if there's a different way to appease him besides gold? Perhaps a quest of some sort?
her.
Yeah.
Or sorry, the sea god that we offended. I'd like to ask that. Is that okay if I ask that?
Yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
asked. Okay. Yeah, you.
Kale here
Oh, go ahead.
puffs pensively on his pipe and says, perhaps there's another way to appease your god, where we don't have to throw our lot in with the chaotic. Perchance we can quest for your god and seek to bolster his power in these lands, that we might have safe passage.
He looks at you askance as if there was a unicorn horn sprouting from between your brows, and he looks at you like, as if you must have no idea how the gods of these lands works, and indeed, the ways of the light are unknown here. Things such as justice and benevolence. These gods work by inscrutable means, and he simply says, "No, you have you are nothing to him. You have offended Trilgar. You carry his curse, or this village does. Now, that being said, out of character, this is just some priest, okay? Right. So, that doesn't mean you can't choose what you want to do. Yeah. Okay.
Did he tell us what the blood price for this is?
Yeah, let me find that actually. Sorry.
Because it might be reasonable. You know what I
He,
mean?
he will
maybe.
make some suggestions. He flips through his codex just as I do now. And he says, I can imagine 3 things. The tithe that is promised to Trilgar, the 10% that has been gathered even now by the sailors who have become destitute and homeless because they can never sail again under the code of Trilgar. You must take what belongs to them and give it to the dark people below the waves. That is one way. No doubt, she of the 7-pointed star would delight and grow powerful in the thirst of the tithe of Trilgar given to her. And, or you could give some other great boon to the people under the waves. Those that belong to the 7-pointed star, I mean. And lastly, you could cast an innocent being into the maw of something that was brought about from the darkness of the star.
Well, these all sound like horrible options.
Yeah, really.
Well, the first one sounded like tax collection.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, apparently, when this vessel came in and it was cursed, it could the sailors upon it could never sail again because of that curse. So now they have no occupation and they have no way. Now they're going to gather what they can, and instead of supporting themselves, they're going to give the tithe of Trilgar to Trilgar, to the temple, which will be given over to Trilgar. And you're to abscond with that and give it to evil beings beneath the water.
Sounds like
Well,
a
there's-
shakedown.
There's no appeasing Trilgar.
Yeah.
He's exed us. He's ghosted
According to
us.
this priest,
It's
I mean,
this is just a guy. Just to be clear,
I'm
this
starting to
you
think
can
this
do what
guy
you
doesn't
want.
really
though.
like Trilgar that much.
yeah, I don't think so either.
This is a shakedown.
Maybe we should take this priest by the ear out into the town square and beat him.
Yeah, all things considered, I don't feel very cursed. You know,
Yeah, no. I feel fine.
I feel good.
Yeah.
I'm
This
enjoying
is, this
myself.
is,
What's
this
the
is a
worst that
shakedown.
could happen?
right?
Yeah, when I was perceiving magic after this morning's after the competition, did I perceive any sort of like magical curse or arcane curse on myself? Or
So
lack
this
of
is an example of kind of 3 different things. There's the rules, which 90%, if it's not in the rules, no, you can't do it in this type of game.
Yeah.
The next level would be: is it diegetic? Is it an object you have, or is it like a person you can talk to? No, in this case, right? And then lastly, is there something that is arising out of? And the answer to all that's no. There's nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually you have to
So-
have like a spell or a specialist
Okay.
or
Yeah. No. All good.
I was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say,
ask
did
This
it-
dude.
a
Go,
curse
go
doesn't-
ahead.
A curse doesn't qualify as an enchantment, right? That's a completely different thing.
Oh no, a curse is in the game. Yeah, a curse is a thing.
Yeah, it's a diegetic thing. Gotcha.
Yeah, no, it's a mechanical
Curse
thing. Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
does not equal enchantment.
I just wanted to
Okay,
ask this.
cool.
Wait.
guy we're
Maybe
talking
it does.
to.
Maybe I don't understand.
Well,
You-
the reason I say that is because Detect Magic says in places, people, or things, the presence of a magical spell or enchantment.
oh yeah, that's still
But-
active. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Yeah, you're totally cursed. You detect magic on yourself. I forgot.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, good point there, Christopher. Yeah, you
we
guys
are
are
cursed.
you're magically cursed. Yeah.
Oh, gee.
I wanted to ask this guy: is there a way to communicate with these underwater beings?
Yes, you could seek one of their envoys, or you could provide an offering to her upon the waters, and in high moonlight, during the witching hour, as the moonlight is cast from sky all the way to shore, in its shadow, you can, if you follow that, if you provide something of value, they'll come to you.
Thank you.
How innocent are we talking as far as sacrificing an innocent being?
Yeah.
Just spitballing here.
Criminals.
He flips through his codex. No,
sure
just only just a little innocent. Not that innocent. Yeah. He flips through his codex some more. Yes, I'm sure of it.
Because I'm wondering if we could gather a ne'er-do-well a la druidic sacrifice and see if
Kill two birds with one stone.
the 7-pointy lady is interested in a petty thief or vandal. Do you guys have a jail on this island, perchance?
Oh, of course. Yes, our lord has a jail. Why, of course, and a dungeon.
Ooh, and a dungeon. Well, I didn't know we were working with high rollers here.
We could always see if my ex-wife is available.
No, that's wives.
Well, I think the least evil of our options is to gather the tithe and toss it at the merfolk. Toss it at the people of Innsmouth, and see what comes of that. So, tell me if I'm understanding this correctly. The people which we came to the island with, those are the ones who have yet to give their tithe, and if we gather it from them and then give it to the Lady of the Seven-Pointed Star instead of Trilgar, then we'll be no longer cursed.
That's correct. And the village will also not be. The village, by the way, is also all cursed.
Okay. I say we do that. We've talked to the ship captain.
Yeah.
This doesn't involve killing children or whatever. I say...
No. What about the second one, though, is to give a boon to the underwater people? How could we do
I'm
that?
fresh out of boons.
What does that mean exactly?
He can, like, some sort of great weapon of power, or some great hoard of treasure, or something.
I have 20 darts, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's probably not on the table. Then.
Yeah. So let's go get ourselves an undesirable from the Ward's dungeon.
Go ahead.
So, just the sailors were gathering a tithe to give to Trilgar, and that's just not going to be it's not going to have any effect according to this priest. Like if it was given to Trilgar.
Oh, do you ask him that?
Yeah. Well, yes. Actually, yes. Barger is listening from the door. He can't contain himself anymore, so he strides back in. He says,
"You
I
again?
don't understand your god."
Yes. Well, Trilgar is of the circle enclosed star, not of the 7-pointed star. An important distinction, and
Yes.
he's he's the patron of sailors. You see, all sailors of the Isle take a oath, whether they be how do I put it, unscrupulous or not, that in order to risk ventures on the sea, Trilgar will provide good works and brotherhood among all sailors, and a code. If two naval forces meet in battle, and one is victorious and takes the others as slaves, they will still take 10% of their earnings and give it to the widows and orphans of those who are defeated. And it's said that those who provide the tithe of the sea code are given a mysterious luck that will sometimes save them from a watery grave. And where they do not, the sea is capricious as it is.
So we're gonna have to convince them to give it to us, and then give it to the water people.
Oh, you are, did my lord send you here? It seems like, you know a lot more than, for outsiders. Oh, you act under his aegis, I believe.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
He's completely covered in his aegis, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Got it all over us.
Soaked in it.
Alright, well, you guys don't have to do this. When you exit the temple, real quick, roll a d6. Actually, wait, let me roll. Let me roll first.
Why don't
gotta
you
make-
roll it instead, Ross?
I'll make 2 rolls here. That one is fine, that one's fine. Never mind, everything is fine. Okay.
Good to hear.
I'm convinced.
So, what do you guys, well, actually, let me toss it back over to the group. Caller, Ralston, what do you all do?
Look, I think we need to go to the prison, the Lord's prison. Dig some undesirable out of his dungeon. Give him the old, throat slit. Sacrifice him to whatever god or whatever we need to do. It's distasteful, I know, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
You lawful man? Jeez,
Ish. I mean,
it's pretty
look,
dark.
I mean,
it might be a murderer. Could be a murderer or a thief. These.
Yeah, maybe we should.
I want to
see what our
emphasize,
options are.
and what I'm about to say is also true of what I'm about to say. It's true. What do you call it? Yeah. You get to choose. I don't have. This is not a hook. I'm not trying to hook you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is just something happening. You do what you want. Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
I personally am not down with slitting anybody's throat for any freaking watery tart.
That's fine. I mean, I think maybe we should try to hike to the capital.
I don't see any problem with inquiring about the tithe. It's
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, let's inquire about the tithe. That seems
Is it
the least-
possible? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, God. That seems the least distasteful option, I guess.
yeah.
And we can at least see what the sailor's mindset is
Yeah.
in regards to this whole thing.
And if it's like a huge ball lake, we can always do a different route.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
we could always just slit their throat.
So
That too.
you go back and talk to the
I'm just kidding.
the crew.
Yeah,
There
we'll talk to the sailors.
Right now, they've made camp there. They themselves cursed, and detect magic is still active. Oh yeah, 2 watches have passed. Also need to do this. Let's see here.
What
Okay.
are the chances? I'm just throwing this out here. What are the chances that wherever we're going, some tomb that we're about to? I mean, we are grave robbers, right? And what are the chances that we could find some grave to rob and then use that as our boon to offer, or at least maybe something that we could offer?
Yeah.
To these.
I like
That's a good
that.
point. Yeah,
I
that's
like
a good point.
I like that.
Dag.
Do you think the priest
Good
has
idea.
any suggestions on graves to rob?
We could ask him
Of course, to give to the 7-pointed lady. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
a percentage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
doing
A
it
okay.
for that.
tithe, if you
Let's
will.
do that. Let's do that. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
That's the priest.
All right. The priest he shrugs and he says, "I don't get involved in tomb robbing. What do you take me for? After he's looked through his pretty evil book of evil options for you."
I take you.
And
I take you for the kind of guy who would shake down innocent travelers for gold.
how dare you? You leave too. And what are you doing back in here? And he tells
Yeah, Ark walks out.
tells Ralston and
Look, greasy
Maybe-
beard.
Maybe the sailors know of.
guards. At that point,
boy.
yeah.
Oh boy. Let's get out of here.
The angry, the village chicken mode, angry
Maybe
villager
this-
rule.
Maybe the sailors have rumors of things.
Yeah, let's ask.
Could do 2 things at once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go back to
Hey.
the sailors.
That's okay with Eddie.
Yeah.
They've set up camp with what belongings they have and made lean-tos here upon the shore, having nowhere to go and not being permitted within inns or even in the stables. And there are about, well, let me see here. There are there are 16 of them. Did I have that right? Let me make sure here. Yeah. 16 of them, yes.
I take back the slitting the throat idea.
Yeah.
So there's 16 of them here, and the bosun comes up to you, recognizing you, you know, in his long jacket. He has not rested well. He still looks wet and, you know, smells just from, you know, from the long journey and then not being able to clean himself. And he says, hold on.
Yeah, we show up all fresh and
All fresh and clean.
cleaned up. Oh, where'd you guys spend the night? Oh, on
Man,
the beach?
yeah.
Oh,
Ooh, that's rough. That's rough.
Anyway, you got some money for us?
Do you have any money?
Captain, tell us. These are the passengers. Some of them that didn't kill themselves. Anyways, good to see that you're all in good repair.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
good night's sleep. Oh, where'd you stay?
Yeah.
Well, we are organizing our tithe to our god, and after we do that, we will probably march into the forest to be allowed his justice.
Sailor, how much is your tithe?
Well, let's see. It's what all of us own. 100. There'd be 16 gold pieces.
Oh, gee,
Each?
No, 16 gold pieces.
Oh, okay.
It's a tremendous sum of money.
It's funny you should say that, Captain. We're actually collecting the tithe owed to Trilgar, and we're just gonna. You can just go like right to the forest. We'll just bring that to him.
Oh,
We're heading
Yeah,
into the forest ourselves later.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
we're gonna swing by Trilgar's place. We're gonna drop off the cash. We're gonna go do our own forest thing. Why don't you go ahead? Let us take care of that.
That's-
Just like we're on our way already. You know.
yeah, that's very generous of you. And he brings out the lockbox and hands you every single bit of the belongings that they have been able to put together for 10% of their total worth.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
man. That forest, it's waiting for you. You know.
Yeah.
Just head on in there.
We'll see you on the other side.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
luck, man. Good
Have
luck.
good luck. Yeah.
Before he walks away, I wanna ask him. He's from the town.
I'm not from Cathy, no, but I actually am from. Let's see here. The island is called Mulaflant. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Oh yeah, great place. Good food.
Port Perdal, actually, but
A great town. Great town.
Actually,
Had a
my
lot of good
favorite
times
port.
there. Same.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just gonna let drop that like ask if he's seen anyone in the trees.
yes. Now that you mention it, yes, I have. We've seen things in the trees. They are in the shape of men, but they're not men. Something
What are
like a fish man. Several of our people. We thought they were mad, but other sailors they've seen these people before. When we were in good stead with Trilgar, we surround our ships with ballista and weapons and archers and cold iron. A skirt of cold iron usually keeps them at bay. That is how we're able to make this trade back and forth, but it seems maybe they've found a meal. That is perhaps the fate Trailgar has for us. He expects to be eaten, yeah.
Cool. Cool. I wish him but good luck. Good luck. I hope it's over quickly for you, my friend.
I hope so as well. Well, everyone, let's go. And they gather what they can and slog off wetly, and wearily into the forest.
Good bunch of guys. Good bunch of guys.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, real stuff.
Why don't we just give the tithe to Trilgar and throw 20 gold into the sea?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like I have a hesitation to piss off one god to appease another.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, let's do that.
So do you how do you go to the village jail and drag out a ne'er-do-well in order to gain the attention of these evil fish people? Or do you find some other way of getting their attention?
Let's drag up the ne'er-do-well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Alright,
never
come
done
on.
well, so.
Alright. Alright.
I prefer to do this in service of arcane power, not making up for a mistake.
You're telling me.
Yeah. I don't know.
Alright, come on, scummy. Going on a trip.
Let's see here. You drag some poor sop out of the jail, and he begs for his life as you drag him out into the waters. And you see eyes rising up out of the waters.
I asked him what he did. What'd you do to get locked up?
Jaywalking.
Oh, crap.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
Are we really doing this?
it's like that movie Miller's Crossing.
Look into your heart.
Look at your heart.
All right. I'm gonna kind of like abstract, okay? But you guys are on this battle map because there are these figures that rise up out of the waters, and you hear them croak. What do you do, Ralston?
Bless you.
All right. Sorry,
don't
buddy.
speak that language.
Sorry, buddy. I just push him over towards him.
You do that. They look at him, and then they look back at you.
Yeah. I point to him. That's your guy.
And
That's your guy.
let's see here. And then, and they like all like in unison, all at the same time into the moonlight. And then they turn towards you, and they raise their spears to attack you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm knocking an arrow and I'm putting
Yeah.
one in one of these freaking
I'd
jars.
rather they
Get the
didn't,
position.
but
Did we do something wrong?
Lots of
Maybe they want
things,
money?
but
how many
they
are
need
there?
money.
I think they wanted an innocent.
There are
They
Jaywalker.
don't like our sacrifice. Was it high moonlight?
there are a few that you see back further in the distance. They're more than 100 feet away. And then there are, let's see if I can ping. And then there are 3 that have come forward. Now listen, this map, let me make sure that the distance is correct. These right here, they're further away, okay? They're like 100 feet away. These right here, this distance is accurate, and they are about that close to you, okay? Can you see, let me make the map a little less dark, just so you can see your token.
6 of them.
All right.
It's nighttime.
All right.
All right.
I'm about to just cast a sleep spell on these guys and call it a
All
night.
right. Let's form up to attack position.
So the first thing is,
Oh, there she is. Never mind.
actually, that is true. Declare spells. Yes.
I'm a declare sleep.
Very well. Any other spells? No, you already used your detect magic. Yeah. All right. And all right. So that is what you're doing this round. The next one is roll a d6, Ralston. 3, 5. Okay, they are able to act first. Movement and missile fire. So they are going to. Let me see what they can do. They are going to move forward and attack. Then. Let's see, movement. All right. At this point, anyone firing a missile can do so. Now, the way we've ruled it is, in the first round, as combat closes, you can fire a missile without the risk of hitting an ally in range. But in subsequent ones, if you fire in melee, you have a chance of hitting your ally.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna fire at this fish man right in front of me.
Okay.
My bad. I
That
hit the wrong
is
guy.
a.
Your target is
Yeah.
ascending armor class 14.
Oh, that's a miss.
Oh boy.
Light work, no reaction.
I'm gonna hit this guy in front of me.
I rolled an 18.
18. All right.
missed.
You can roll for damage.
No, I missed.
And remember, if you're firing a bow, you can fire twice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm
And are
firing twice
these
more.
one hit dice?
They
a
are,
19,
but I
that's a
don't
hit.
think. Actually, no, they're not. They're 2-hit dice.
This man in front of me I hit, so.
All right. Yeah, you roll for damage, and then
26.
tell me the total damage, and then ping your target if you all would, please.
All right.
No, that's the wrong. That's.
7 to 8. So
I got 3 damage on the one in front of me.
Can you ping it? Oh, okay. I see him. It's
Yeah.
this one right here. I got you.
Okay, there we go.
How much damage?
3.
3. Okay. All right. So
Am I rolling?
he croaks, and an arrow jabs into his crunchy, scaly hide. All right. Anyone else do any damage?
yeah, I got 1 point of damage, and I'm gonna do it on the guy closest to me.
That one is this one right here. Okay. It grazes him. Anyone else?
I think I missed.
I missed.
All right. Yeah, your target is ascending armor class 14. If you didn't fire a missile, you may move. If you did fire a missile or are casting a spell, you cannot move. That's also a ruling, but there it is. All right. So the next one, movement, missile fire. They moved. Melee combat. It's their turn. So this one's going to attack Varger, seeing that he's looks like someone who could cast a spell.
Well, he's already used his
Oh.
spell.
All right.
He
Does it-
misses.
misses. All right.
Oh,
This one's going to attack.
well, I don't know what.
Oh, go ahead.
What was the total? He may not have missed if it's.
8.
Bonus. Oh, 8. Yeah, he misses.
All right. This one's going to attack Ralston. I
That
believe
is a hit.
a hit. Ralston, you take 4 damage.
Okay.
Ouch.
And this one's going to attack Nazira. Misses. All right. If you are doing a melee attack, you can finish that. Is anybody doing a melee attack? I don't think so. I think everybody
I-
did something else. All right.
Well,
I think everybody
attacking the-
fired
yeah.
missiles. So, or
Yeah.
casting a spell. Okay. On to the spell. Sleep. They are 2-hit dice.
All right, so I get 2d6. I sleep 6 of them for an hour.
They all fall asleep as you see the powers of the person that you brought with you.
Shh, past your bedtime.
Sweet.
And they float helpless in the night waters.
Drown, you bastards.
What do you do?
So if we attack them, they'll wake up, right?
No, you can just slit their throat. Yeah.
Yeah, that,
Yeah,
we're doing
That's what
that.
Barbara's gonna
That's
do.
right.
Yeah.
Our gut and
Screw
fish
these
boys,
guys.
get into it.
Bow,
Yeah.
bow over the shoulder and pulling out my daggers.
Yeah.
I did 18 to hit.
Oh, you
Nice.
don't have to
Walk
do
up
that.
and start-
Yeah, you can just kill
It's
them.
just a coup de grace.
Oh,
yeah.
just kill him.
Yeah,
Okay.
unconscious foes.
Magically slumbered for an hour. I'm pretty sure you can kill a fish in that time.
Yeah.
The alien black bilious blood begins to spread out in the moonlit waters. The terrified, horrified jaywalker in rags, wet, is like, "What is happening?" And
Don't worry about it.
is having a mental
Before you go.
breakdown.
Can I include him in my sleep spell?
He scream. No, I don't think you have to declare it. And you got 6 of them, so he screams and screams into the night as he runs up the shore. Madness. His mind shattered.
He'll be fine.
I'm gonna yell after him. Let this be a warning to you.
He'll walk it off.
Yeah,
He'll
go walk
jaywalk it
off
off.
within the approved crosswalks.
Uh,
He'll jaywalk it off.
Yeah. What do you all do next?
Oh,
They didn't.
What do we-
should we throw some gold into the surf?
yeah. Might as well.
I have a feeling we didn't take care of our curse by doing this.
Yeah, if
I don't know
everyone
about you
chucks
guys,
in
but I'm
4
thinking
gold.
fish tacos.
No.
How would you know? How would you know?
Whether or not our curse is broken?
Yeah.
We wouldn't yet.
Yeah.
We
All
could
right.
go to bed and wake up and prepare another detect magic spell.
I mean,
Yeah.
I will say something probably apparent to your characters is the people you were going to hand the money over to, you murdered. So I just want to make that part clear.
Yeah, that
Hey, they attacked us.
That's
Self-defense. It's a stand your ground state.
That is absolutely true.
It was Patricia that
It's
did
the
it.
priest. It's the priest's fault. He didn't give us good information.
It was Patricia.
All right. What do you all do next?
Any loot on those guys?
Yes, I'm gonna
Yes.
say we look for pouches.
Always ask. Yes. If you have time. Yes. Yes. All right. Let's see here. You rifle through the sticky, slimy fishman bodies. Let's see here. They are a CL2.
I'm guessing with a little Cajun sauce
Right.
and grilled up, these fish guys are
Some
probably
blackened
delicious.
seasoning? Hey, let's have a beach barbecue.
A little bit
Right?
of cumin, a little bit of chili powder.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's get a bonfire going on the beach.
Hey, anybody got some pineapples? We'll
Right?
roast them up. And...
Whoa, you might have gotten a good one.
I have a flask of wine.
Oh. You started pumping out fish people. I was like, I'm just gonna sleep these guys. I'm honestly not super interested in protracting this respectfully
Right?
sleep
That's a good
spell.
idea.
Sleep is so strong, man.
Oh, yeah.
One of
Oh
the most
man, let me
underrated.
make sure I have this correct.
It's huge.
That's not one.
You only get one of those, right?
Yeah, once per day.
Once per day, yeah.
But I also thought, hey, it's like the witching hour nighttime, so
Right,
I'm gonna
exactly.
rest and have it
Next
up
day.
in the morning. Right?
Next day, you have something else.
Or the same thing. Who could say?
I'm guessing we're not gonna be welcome at the Lord's.
They're covered in fish guts and maybe gold.
I say
And
we
we
bring
did
him
not.
some fillets.
Oh, fillets, yeah.
Believe it or not, if I had a nickel for every time we were accosted by fish and brought a fish fry to the local populace, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot,
Right.
but it's weird that it's happened twice.
I
One
mean,
of
Eddie
our-
had fish people on our Shadow Dark game too.
No, that's right.
Mind I
HP
say that
Lovecraft's
They're everywhere.
grilled fish is daggone good.
Right?
That's like a triple pun considering
Oh.
dag is your name.
Oh.
All right. Sorry, it's always a little slow generating
Nah,
the treasure,
we're
but I try
riffing.
I try to do it by the book. So
We've gotten to the pun parts of the riff, so you've only got
Right.
another 20 minutes.
let me see here. Huh.
Jake, what are you drinking out of that fancy cup of yours?
It was a red wine, but now it's empty. I made the cup.
I got wine too.
Oh,
but
nice.
It's not empty.
You
I'm
find
all out of whiskey.
oh crap. Let's see here. You find 9. So treasure, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. And you find 4 gold pieces from that you think this is what's worth. 4 gold pieces of the following: a blood-stained map that is
Ooh.
completely unreadable and worthless, but you find that on him.
Okay.
You absolutely cannot see what's on the map whatsoever, unless you have the magic to fix that. A pair of candle clocks, which are broken but could be fixed by someone. Again, this is 2 gold pieces. A simple lock and a chipped garnet. This is what did I say? 2 gold pieces? 9 or 4? 4 gold pieces. 4 gold pieces worth of these things. Okay. You find 6 gold pieces on them. This isn't going to be as cool as it sounds, I guess. I made it have to be like a big deal. And then like literally 1,000 mites of or not tiny, but of copper coins and metal and tin coins of some incomprehensible mint that just like, what is this? And it has like a fish man's face and stuff like that on it.
1,000 copper coins.
Yeah, like they're just like loaded with a bunch of coins that are mostly worthless of weird, bizarre mint.
It was their lunch
Probably
money.
it's probably their currency. For their
Now,
world.
that's 100 pounds, but that's 10 gold pieces.
We're not taking that, right?
Yeah.
I think
We could go put that on the Trilgar.
I
gotta-
think we got.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Trogo altar. Trogo altar.
Mhm. Yeah.
Weird
let's
fish
Alright.
off-
coins.
I
let's
was
offer it up right now to Trilgar.
I was wrong. That wasn't actually that great. Okay, so
I thought it was great.
you leave. You get this stuff from these bodies. What do you do next?
We're gonna take that stuff and offer it to Trilgar. Well, the nasty like fish coins.
So I have both at my disposal, not currently because we have to rest first, but I have read magic and read languages. I wonder if read languages would allow me to read this map.
That would be a good idea. I would
It-
say go for it.
It would let you read the codex, and you remember that in your brain if you were there.
Okay.
So that's burned in your memory, but it would not let you read the map. You need some kind of magic
thought.
that restores.
Yeah, my thought was that it's probably not like, and the spell specifies languages unknown to the caster.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's ruined, but if you had some kind of magic that would magically restore something, it would work.
I think I do.
Okay, Ralston.
All right, so all those fish coins, those weird fish coins, we're offering those up to Ralston. Praise Ralston.
Ralston, you mean
Or
Trogar?
not Ralston. The Trilgar. I'm sorry.
I'm taking a
Trogar.
tithe in the name of me.
Man, he's getting started
me.
early on claiming godhood. Right at level 1.
Woo! Level 3 actually.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Excuse you, Ross.
Excuse
He's a
me.
level
Where-
3 thief.
3. Excuse me. Took cross classes. No, we're offering those weird fish coins to Trilgar, sea god.
Okay.
wash away our sins.
Okay. Yeah, you go back. So that's the next day. Do you go to like a tavern and rest and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we give these fish coins to the priest? Is that how we offer up these coins? I'm a little confused on that.
I'm not sure that
on the
he's
chain
a
of
priest of
custody.
Trilgar.
If you bring the coins to the priest, he is once again, what's the word I'm looking for?
Unimpressed.
What's that phrase when outrage? He's outraged. Oh my God! No, do not bring those coins into this sanctuary.
Look, it's good money.
You'll
It's good money.
anger her of the 7-pointed star. No, and he like pushes you out. Some of the coins spill out onto the ground. There.
Listen to these guys.
Maybe just as a gesture of good faith, we give these coins to like the local population. Like, hey.
Oh yeah, maybe to the widows of the sailors, the widows and orphans of
Yeah.
the sailors.
Yeah.
Ah,
Let me see how that went. Let's see. There are 16 of them.
what do you mean by that? Oh
Giving
yeah, in the
ourselves
woods,
all-
untithed. Oops. Sorry guys.
Oh,
One,
boy.
2, 3.
Just as a
That's
note,
all
since
the
we stayed the
sailors.
night in an inn, everyone should subtract a gold from their hoard. I assume. Man, that is a lot of dice.
Okay.
It's a lot of fish coins.
I'm resolving a mass combat right now.
Oh,
boy.
Sorry.
No, you're right.
So that's.
Maybe we should venture into the woods and take the
Fish
Curse of the
coins,
town.
Fish coins. Fish coins.
3,
Guys,
4,
do you think-
5.
Do you think I should
6.
read the codex burned into my brain? What do we think about that?
Yeah. By the way, you can choose. You don't have to do that, but yeah, that's an option. You have that spell. Yeah.
I'm thinking, just as a magic user, I'm interested in arcane secrets, and that looked pretty secretive and pretty arcane.
4 of the sailors come back, bloodied, harried, the next morning, not having slept in 2 days. But they come back and they slump down into the tavern near you. They nod at you without explanation, and they take their meal, which they're provided without needing to pay for.
So we have some good news for you.
There's only 4 of them left
Well,
out of 16.
They
those
s-
of you that
yeah.
Looks like you had a rough night.
Okay.
those dockside bars can get kind of rough.
What do you tell them, Ralston? You said you were going to say something
We
to them?
have, yes, we're sorry for your losses, your grievous losses. We have some fish coins for you as compensation.
they they nod and they take your coins as if it is actually owed, and they say, "We're free. We are never we may never step on a sea vessel again, but now we take our trade to the land."
Well, good luck.
Good luck.
It seems that something has caused one of the hateful gods of our ancestors to turn against us, but we met it in battle last night. Trilgar no longer watches over us, but now we do battle with this evil god.
Well,
Tough break.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
rough,
tough out here,
That's-
man.
That's rough.
Help out here for a real one. Good luck though on that.
Man,
Congratulations, or sorry that happened. But I wasn't really listening, so
Okay.
it'll be fun, whatever it is you're looking for.
oh, if you see like a jaywalker, like screaming on the beach, don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry. He's
He's good.
we talked to him last. He's doing all right. All right.
So, all right, we're
had
gonna
a
have
rough night.
7 days of downtime. Varger, do you want to check and see about the curse and who's cursed and what's cursed and?
Yeah, I would like to look into that.
Okay.
And I might put out feelers and see if there are any local druids that I could make contact with, and see if they have it. If I can, see if they have any information on this. I don't trust that priest.
They're probably all assholes like that priest.
Barger just shakes his finger and says, "No, they won't be."
I hope not.
So, a couple things. First of all, detect magic. You are in the tavern, and the village is not cursed, and neither are you, and neither are these people.
Perfect.
You sated some sort of desire of whatever had placed the curse on you. You had met the price in some way.
Something tells me it probably wasn't killing the fish guys. It was probably sending 16 sailors to their doom, or
Now-
11 sailors to their doom in the woods.
Not
That would
every.
be my guess.
I would say, something probably obvious to Varger, at the very least, and probably to Kalkir. Not every interaction with the other is a curse or a blessing.
Yeah.
Most are not. And you've certainly not gained friends among whatever this goddess of the seven-pointed star is. Well, anyways.
But we did gain a jaywalker friend.
Yeah.
Did you? Did you?
Yeah, I think that's a loose interpretation.
Right.
Well, anyways.
Come back for revenge.
So,
The
Haunt
other
us.
thing-
He's gonna haunt our steps now.
The other thing is, I will say I did want to use read languages on my brain.
okay, actually, let's go back to that, actually.
If we can do it quickly, we only have 4 minutes left.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Let's see here. We need... That's what I was trying to... And we'll get back to the tavern scene here. So, in your mind are bones and gems and shining things and weapons of great power and one echoing feminine voice in green. Please. Please. I'm in pain in this place. The word reads, and only Kelkir would know this. Krulakam. Chaos goddess / god of the seven-pointed star with barbed points. 7 arms, murderous weapons. Their faith, a thing is unwelcome among all in the 12 kingdoms. Its greatest desire to inflict tragedy and misfortune upon their targets. And the more high-ranking, the better. Well, anyways, in that codex is a bit of history of this island around the symbol. Servant of Kurlakam, not by his desires or choices, Sararak. And here lay Sararak, never having finished his works, though he devours many, and the mouth remains open. And you see Kalkir's nose bleed, and then he seems to come back to you. In a tavern. Crowd. Let's see, we have 1 minute. Yes. People here will point you in 2 directions when it comes to druids, though you wonder if what they say, you don't know, like if it's true or not, but they point you to the South Point Bay South Bay Tower. At the South Bay Tower. Is that right? Do I have that right? Sorry. Yes, South Point. The South Point Tower. There it said they think that a druid of great power actually resides atop the tower there. Though most people avoid it. And then secondly, you hear a rumor of those affected by the other in the Amur forest. Surely such persons like yourself would gather there. And with that, you have survived your first adventure on the Isle of Pyade, the island of purple vapors. I forgot to mention that in the morning sun, the island, it becomes clear why it has its name. There is a volcanic mountain in the center of the island, and around it is a purple mist. But we can find out about that in future adventures, and that ends the adventure for the night.